And now the latest from the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago. House Republicans, angry over the search of former President Trump's home, are making a request of the FBI tonight when it comes to the search.
You have here the Attorney General, who is going after the President Biden's political rival, whose own personal career was derailed on the way to the Supreme Court by Donald Trump himself.
The FBI seized 11 sets of classified documents from the former president's home in Palm Beach.
And we want to bring in CBS 4's Deborah Alfarone, who is on Capitol Hill tonight. Deborah, thanks for being with us. What request did those House Republicans on the Judiciary Committee make?
Well, what they want to do is make sure that the Biden administration, also the FBI and the DOJ, they send it to all three different branches there. They want to make sure that they do essentially what the FBI says that former President Trump didn't do. Basically hold on to, save these records, and then hand them over. So they want to make sure that all the records that have anything to do with this search at Mar-a-Lago are retained, they are kept secure, and they basically want to make sure that they don't go anywhere because they believe that this is a politicized search.
And Deborah, how do lawmakers feel the search will impact the midterm elections? I imagine it depends on what party they belong to, right?
Yeah, you know how it goes here in Washington, Elliot, for sure. And so the situation is that they're basically fundraising. Republicans are fundraising off of this. If you hear some of the Republican talking points, you'll hear that this is a partisan thing, that President Biden is basically behind, or his party is behind this, and that they want to make sure that they take out this political rival. But then, on the other hand, the Democrats are kind of taking a step back, and you won't hear President Biden talk about this. You hardly hear his press secretary talk about it. And, it's really just more of these partisan lines and this ongoing division in the country.
And Deborah, the search leading to concerns about retaliation from domestic extremists. There's already been one attempt to breach an FBI office in Ohio. How's the FBI responding?
Yeah. Well, they're putting out bulletins and they're letting people know to look for this type of behavior and to report it. Obviously, a huge concern because we're not talking, it used to be that you'd have to worry about terrorists from another place, and now we're talking about these domestic extremist terrorists. In fact, there was a man from Western Pennsylvania just this afternoon that we learned about who had made a lot of threats against all types of law enforcement, and it had everything to do with this search at Mar-a-Lago. It's basically emboldening some actors, of course, to go and say these things that they wanted to say and kind of hang it on this search. So they certainly have their work cut out for them.
Very disturbing trend. Deborah Alfarone, thank you very much for joining us tonight from the Capitol.